I love this episode. Both halves were equally enjoyable to me. And I like the first half, and then I love the segue into the second half. And then the build-up of something even more at the end of this episode. Even though this episode stayed to the roots of Monster Girl with the comedy, the fan service, and all that type of stuff, it still was actually telling a plot throughout this episode. Not the best plot of all time, but it was still telling a plot. And I like that. I really like that, the way this episode built up to that ending conclusion by finding out someone is out there that doesn't want our MC getting with any girl at all. And that's how the episode ends. I wonder if that will be settled next week. But regardless of that, the first half, let's get into that. First half, I gotta say, I'm really liking Sue, and I can already see why Sue is kind of in this series now, what type of use she will have. Sue is the type of character that's going to be adding in some of the bizarre fan service scenes, especially with, like, maybe characters losing their clothing and stuff like that, because seeing how, like, Poppy, she had to have Sue become her clothing, and also, like, her hands and that situation, this is definitely not an episode that should be watched around anyone else. I mean, that's kind of already obvious if you think about it. I've already mentioned this before. Monster Girl is not a series you should watch in public, because some of the scenes are very questionable in some way. Like, if you had someone walk in on you, and they'd be like, what the fuck are you looking at? They would think you're watching porn in some ways. And that's kind of funny. It really is when it comes to this series, Monster Girl. And to see, like, you know, how Sue in this episode, or the first half of this episode, was used as a way to give some very interesting fan service, especially when it came to, like, Poppy, and then Mia, and then also getting to see what happened to Marrow and stuff like that. Some really good usage of fan service. And I will give credit for that. The way Sue is being used, especially with how, like, when she gets dehydrated, she wants liquid and stuff, it adds a different dynamic to the fan service you don't normally see in these type of series, and it makes it a lot different compared to the norm, and I enjoy that, actually. I really do enjoy that quite a bit. And so the first half gets a pass by me. It's a very good executed scenes of this episode when it comes to the fan service. It didn't feel too cliche, it didn't feel out of place. It felt like it fit just right into the grand scheme of Monster Girl. Now, the second half, however, that is some really good stuff I actually liked. And it kind of got me there. I gotta commend Monster Girl for getting me with the trap. So we come to find out that that dragon lizard man, well, we thought it was a lizard man, and then we found out it was a dragon, like a dragon girl. I got trapped. Like, I thought that was a dude, and we come to find out it was actually a girl dressing up as a guy. And so I should have expected this. I really should have, because, I mean, if you think about it, this series does add in different quirks and different type of characters that are kind of following the standard cliches of a harem. Like, you need to have, you know, the, I guess, girl that is like a tsundere, you need a girl that's a yandere, you need a girl that's into, like, some form of other different type of sexual innuendos and stuff like that. So, I mean, seeing this type of character introduced that's kind of like a reverse trap, for instance, it's a girl dressing up as a guy, it actually should have been expected, but I didn't expect it. Like, I didn't think that character was. I thought it was actually going to be a character that was going to be a love rival for her MC, but no, it wasn't used like that. I thought that person was going to be a love rival, but then we come to find out that this character was actually a girl, and I'm like, oh, okay, so we're adding in a character that's going to be filling the Yuri type stuff going on in the series. Like, we haven't had the Yuri theme yet. I mean, another character going after the girls. And so to think about it like that, we have our Yuri girl along with being our reverse trap. So now you just need to feed the other side and, you know, give the Fujoshis what they want with a yaoi type character. I'm just saying. Now, second half, I personally enjoyed a lot more compared to the first half. Even though the first half was great with Sue and stuff, I liked the second half, the way it was done, to some of the music usage and then Marrow at the aquarium. Just so many good scenes in that second half of the episode that I felt like I enjoyed it a lot more when it came to terms of the quality. So tell me your thoughts in the comments below. How do you all feel about this week's episode of Monster Girl? Did you enjoy it? Did you hate it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Please be safe. Chibi out.